Yeah. Anyway, changing to the next team, Sauber.
Yep.
What do you guys think about the car? Kind of same nose design with the Toro Rosso and Force India.
Yeah, it's
Not entirely, but
yeah, it is similar though. Yeah, there's definitely that group of teams that have all gone for kind of the similar look. It's we still don't really know who's made the right choice there. I do like the livery that they have that they've had this year and the last year, the kind of graphite gunmetal, kind of dark gray with the white and the red. It looks good as far as the livery is concerned. The nose looks pretty horrible, but most of them do. Um, yeah, there's really not too much that they can do about that. There's some photoshopped images of the 2014 McLaren where they could make some improvements on how that looks. But besides the photoshopped version of the car with the long nose, they all look pretty bad, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that'll be definitely fixed for next year. Like same as we made those step noses, suddenly there's a vanity panel. I think it'd be a much more substantial fix than just having a vanity panel. But yeah, that would definitely be fixed because obviously I don't understand how the FIA gets into these muddles. It's happened quite a few years. Why do they not employ some sort of aerodynamicist that goes, well, if I was designing a car, this is how it would look, and they'd be like, whoa, okay, let's do something about
let's
that.
hold everything.
Yeah, but they just get it wrong and have to correct it. It's the FIA for me are looking like more and more like almost like a joke, really. The way, just I don't know, their decision making seems to be pretty poor on a lot of things. And it's just I don't know, it's not good the way they're managing the sport. I don't think.
I've heard they are revisiting the rules specifically because of all the complaints about the noses. That they're revisiting the rules for next year, for 2015. But that's little to no consolation for the viewers of 2014.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's kind of strange how Bernie's making these remarks about the engines, like the decision for the engines this year was made like 4 or 5 years ago to change to 1.6 liter turbos, and like he was involved in that decision with the teams and the FIA, and like he would have expected that the like I don't get why he's saying that that's not how F1 should be or things like that.
Yeah, bear in mind, pretty much everything that Bernie says is got some sort of meaning behind it, and it's politically charged, and he's literally there's basically nothing he says that just is just an opinion or just a throwaway comment. It's almost always got something behind it. So yeah, he's got close ties to Ferrari, and Ferrari don't like the engines. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but it's pretty much irrelevant what Bernie says because there's always something behind it.
Yeah, it's usually.
He's got an interesting opinion. We just rarely get to hear it because there's always some sort of political meaning behind it. So it's a bit pointless, really.
Now they have. Go ahead.
His his new favorite character, of course, is Christian Horner. So if they're they're not doing so well, maybe he's making those remarks then.
Yeah, I think it was Tim Mawson, Son of Moore, messaged me on Twitter and said, "How long before Red Bull is just trying to go back to the 2013 engines?" Which I found quite comical because, of course, that's what they did last year, basically, and then potentially won the championship because of it. I mean, that's kind of long story short, but it's quite a funny comment, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely. I mean, they don't seem to be doing well so far anyway, and they tend to be the type of team that does that. They start whining hard as soon as something isn't going their way. They're the first.
To say about Christian Horner, but I will at least save it to the Red Bull section. If not, I'll not say it at all.
Or we could do a whole separate Box§Cast on that one.
Yeah, you need a lot of bleeping. There's not really a lot I can actually say that's gonna end up on the actual video.
Now they have one new driver this year, Adrian Sutil, and they're keeping Esteban Gutierrez. Gutierrez obviously did not do well early on last season, but then was able to start performing a little bit better towards the end, getting points in Suzuka. Sutil is the stranger of the two, in my opinion. I think it seems natural for them to keep Gutierrez, especially after Hulkenberg left. But do you guys really rate Sutil higher than, say, Di Resta?
No.
Di Resta, yeah, that's a tough one because I don't rate Di Resta like at all.
I don't rate him highly, but I think he's again another good solid driver, kind of like on Massa's level, but more consistent. Well, he usually is. Last year was a bit of a downer for him, but generally he's usually pretty consistent. He knows what fights to pick and whatnot. He's got a very, very good racing head, I find. So, like I say, knowing what fights to pick, you quite often see him getting overtaken easily, purely because he's on a completely different strategy. He knows it's completely pointless, only going to set himself up. So, I think he's kind of almost got like an Alonso type racing head on him. Really, really solid head, and he's pretty quick, but again, not anything special. But yeah, I think he's pretty solid. But I'd say he's probably better than Sutil, and Sutil was, I don't know, kind of Sauber's version of an experienced, solid choice, but for me, probably the wrong choice, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would have expected Sauber to go for Kamui Kobayashi and Caterham to go for Sutil. That seems to make more sense to me personally. I mean, I'm also a big Kamui Kobayashi fan, but it seems like a strange move for Sauber to pick up Sutil to me.
Yeah, but they want a driver they think is solid and gonna always bring the car home, which Kobayashi isn't. That's why Caterham employed him, because that's not what he is.
Right.
And they've kind of been there, done that. They know him pretty well. So yeah, I think I would have gone for Sutil over Kobayashi for them at least, to be honest. But yeah, I find it quite interesting as well. I remember in Australia, the first race when the DRS was introduced, Sutil was the first guy to spin out of the final corner. I don't know if you guys remember that. He had a spin. He managed to keep it out of the wall. Fair play to him. Good car control. But he was the first guy to get too keen on the DRS. And then in testing as well, he spun. I can't remember why he spun, but he didn't he go in the gravel or something? Just lose control, I think. Was it under braking or under acceleration?
What year? What year?
Last year.
This year.
In the Sauber. I think it might have been under braking or maybe on acceleration, but basically been in the barrier, or at least in the gravel. I just found it quite interesting how that kind of Sutil always seems to do that with new things. He's obviously takes a while to adjust.
Well, yeah, I mean, these do have a lot more torque, so I'm sure the wheel spin is pretty crazy. And
these are the best drivers in the world. These are supposed to be the 22 best drivers in the entire world. So
supposed to be.
It's irrelevant. Yeah, exactly. So it's irrelevant, really, how much power these cars have got, how hard they are to drive. They shouldn't spin. Unless you're a rookie, then you can kind of be forgiven. But you should be the best.
Well, they did pretty good at the tests. They did 163 laps. Actually, they were pretty much smack dab in the middle as far as the teams in the number of laps that they did. Not quite as many as Williams, but more than Force India. I'm sure they're pretty happy with their Ferrari package and staying with Ferrari. I'm not sure who else they would have gone with, but certainly after the way this year is looking like it might go, they're probably very happy with the Ferrari package and staying with them.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I think they had 2 driver mistakes. I think Gutierrez also made a mistake, similar sort of thing, and ended up sort of spinning into the barriers. So I mean, I think that lost them probably at least an hour, say. So they would have got even more. But yeah, it's a pretty solid performance for them.
Yeah,
and like I said, good choice sticking with the Ferrari engine.